Kazakhstan, a country of the Central Asian steppes. Huge changes are now sweeping this nation. The capital, Astana, is a planned city that has mushroomed from nothing in just 15 years. Buildings designed by world-famous architects jockey for attention in the city skyline. Kazakhstan is the fastest-growing country in Central Asia, and Astana is the showpiece for this growth in the spotlight abroad and at home. The city is experiencing a building boom. Laborers flock here from around the country, hoping to find work and make their fortune. Meanwhile, those who have already made it big are spending big to make their dreams come true.
Чуть-чуть попросторнее. В идеале.
Квартиру в этом доме уже проданы, во втором доме тоже практически продажи идут очень хорошо.
Money, money, money.
Many foreigners have come to Astana hoping to cash in on its boom. Join us as we explore the allure of Astana, the boomtown of the steppes. This is the Palace of Independence in Astana. On display is a painting symbolizing Kazakhstan. It is an imaginary scene of world leaders gathering. Center stage, wearing a smile, is President Nursultan Nazarbayev, who has led the country for more than 20 years. He is also the man who created Astana.
Показал, что из всех вариантов наиболее предпочтительным является город Акмола.
Soon after Kazakhstan broke free from the Soviet Union, Nazarbayev announced his intention to move the capital. Some said it was rash to relocate from Almaty, the former capital, to the frigid and undeveloped steppe 1,000 kilometers north. But by pouring in huge sums of the country's vast oil and uranium wealth, the relocation went ahead. The completion of Astana is the president's greatest wish.
Какой политик не мечтает об этом? Любой политик мечтает. Любой политик мечтает сделать за руководство страны.
In the center of Astana rises Bayterak Tower, designed by the president himself. It is 105 meters tall and was the first structure built in Astana as a symbol of the nation. The motif comes from a Kazakh folktale about a sacred bird that lays a golden egg in a tree. Near Bayterak Tower stand buildings housing government agencies and large companies. The entire government moved to Astana. The Ministry of Transport and Communications building, nicknamed the Lighter Building, is depicted on banknotes. As people moved in, so did many big companies. Since the relocation, Astana has continued to develop, but the capital is not built out yet. There is construction everywhere as the city expands. On the front lines is a project close to the president's heart. Nazarbayev University. This academic institution will educate a new elite and pave the way for Kazakhstan to become an advanced industrial nation by 2030. Construction will continue for some years yet. Even employing 2,000 workers, labor shortages persist. That has attracted laborers from across Kazakhstan, hoping to find opportunity. The labor shortage has pushed up wages for construction workers. Now they make 20% more than the average wage. The highest paid are the high-rise workers. They assemble scaffolding and attach exterior finishes. Darhambek is 25 and has been doing high-rise work for 4 years.
Бірақ бұндай жоғарыда істеу, бұндай жұмыс істеу екінің бірінің қолынан келе бермейді жоғарыда.
The dangerous work is always done far above the ground. Today, he's 40 meters up. But the scaffolding they stand on is just 40 centimeters wide, barely enough space for one person. Each year in Astana, dozens of men lose their lives working on construction sites. In exchange for taking these risks, Darhambek and others like him take home $700 a month, $100 more than other construction workers.
Я 8-ден бастаймын жұмысты. Бірақ ауыр енді, уақытынша алып қалады дейді. Назарбаевтың туылғаны болған ғой алдысынан.
This construction company also has other projects with a July 6th deadline. They have pulled workers from Darhambek's site, leaving even more to do for those who remain. 6 p.m. is dinner time. Workers receive 2 free meals per day, at lunch and dinner. For many, these are the only 2 meals they eat, in order to save up more of their earnings. Today's menu is stew and pilaf. 3 of Darhambek's brothers also work on the site. They came here to work from the city of Shymkent, 1,000 kilometers away. Many of the workers on the site are from Shymkent. This is a major project, not slated for completion until 2020. Domestic and foreign companies compete fiercely for contracts. So far, Turkish companies that have won the trust of the president have won many of the big contracts.
Но здесь, как экономик кризис, немного изменили. Сейчас у нас много работает, внутри тоже мы гранит пол делать, поэтому не хватит. Мы еще как ищем субподрядчики.
At 7 p.m., it is still light in high-latitude Astana during the summer. Work can continue until 10, so after dinner the men head back to work. Darhambek not only does high-rise work, he is also a foreman now. He supervises 50 workers, but it's not easy to deal with a crew trying to make every cent they can. Hours worked are self-reported. Workers want to be credited with as many hours as possible, so haggling is a daily routine. The sly selfishness of the workers is a source of aggravation for Darhambek.
Atabek, sen kayıtlısın. Ne yapıyorsun hocam? Жұмысына берем бана. Кім қандай жұмыс? Sevim var ya durağın. Ayda. Mına жақтан түс. Adam ben Brian attım. Mına жақтан түстім сен. Ayda. Екінші көрмейіне айтқан 5 сағатын қырып тастаймын.
past 9 p.m. The sun is finally going down in the west, and Darhanbek's long workday comes to an end. Darhanbek loves looking out over the city from this spot at the end of the day.
Осында биікке шығарып та өзіміз қараймыз, мынада істегенбіз деп ойда бір аламыз да ойдан айтады.
In the 4 years since he came to Astana, Darhanbek has worked on a number of buildings. He takes pride in the growth of the city that he has helped build.
Астананың Астана болғанына қуанамыз. Егер де бізге бұндай Астана болмағанда, қазір бұнда істемейтін едік қой. Астана арман қала дейді ғой.
Darhanbek lives in a one-room apartment. His monthly rent is $250. His own possessions are limited to this bag he brought when he left his hometown.
Бұның бәрі уақытынша ғой. Бұл уақытынша аяққа тұрып алғанша ғой. Қаржы жағын жинап алғанша деген ойларда болады, бірақ бірінші өзімнің арманым, өзімнің жеке үйім болса. Біріншіден.
Growing up, Darhanbek was so poor he didn't always have enough to eat. He says he was desperate to make money and have a better life. In Astana, this city of hopes and dreams, men like Darhanbek put their lives on the line every day to build the city ever bigger. But they don't interact much with the locals.
Бұл жақта бөлінеді. Оңтүстік деп, солтүстік деп, южный, север деп. Негізі біздің шымкентскийлерді көппіз ғой, бірақ онша мен өзім ойым онша ұнатпайтын сияқты. Өйткені әңгімелерінен білесің де, южный деген әңгімелерді айтады да. Бірақ мына жақта енді жұмыс, мысалы, строитель жағынан көбісін шымкентскийлерді салып отыр ғой.
Although he lives in Astana, he will never be a local. But Darhanbek continues to immerse himself in work day after day to chase his dream. Friday night, a group of young go-getters have rented out a Chinese restaurant. The crowd includes business people working for big companies, government bureaucrats, and foreigners. This business mixer called Friday Astana happens once a month.
Where are you from?
England.
Yeah. Why?
Money.
With Kazakhstan's continued rapid economic growth and foreign investment booming, there are plenty of deals to be made.
А КОС, это что это? Coast to Coast. Я просто первый раз.
Видели Астана Таймс газету?
Да.
Это вот один из проектов, как мы работаем с СМИ.
On the surface, it's a lively party, but in the background, people are trying to make connections that will serve their business interests.
Ну, если так посмотреть, как бы у меня то, что те цели, которые я ставлю перед собой, я как бы стараюсь их достичь, потому что, ну и как-то вот, и мне как-то везет, наверное, я думаю, что, потому что, ну как-то сейчас у меня получается. Вот. Наверное, как бы сильное желание, сильное хотение, стремление, оно помогает.
Like the ever-expanding city of Astana, the new breed of success makers are always looking for bigger opportunities. Let's meet a successful young entrepreneur riding the wave of Astana's urban growth. Daniel is a real estate broker. He was working in the former capital city, Almaty, in a different field, but he figured that there would be more profit in real estate in fast-growing Astana. So in 2000, 3 years after the capital relocated, so did he.
Ну, простыми словами, многие ниши, которые заняты уже там в Алмате, допустим, здесь они свободны. И здесь то, что в Алмате бы я делал там, допустим, 3 или 5 лет, здесь я могу за год сделать. Возможности. Здесь как будто бы время течет быстрее. Эволюция тоже быстрее происходит. Вот это уже все, это вчерашний день, это эконом-класс уже. Здесь богатым людям здесь неинтересно.
Daniel set his company on the road to success by focusing on the luxury market targeting the wealthy. Today, he is showing properties to some new clients. Armand runs an advertising agency, and Igel is his wife.
Это как раз вот то, что вам нужно. Это дом.
Вообще, в идеале комнат 5-6, это ориентировочно где-то около 300 квадратов. Но если есть больше варианты, можем рассмотреть и больше.
Daniel takes the couple to see the most expensive condominiums in Astana. This district of luxury condos has been dubbed Paris. Substantial sums have been invested to develop it. The buildings echo classic European architecture. That's the style Astana's moneyed homebuyers are looking for.
Поэтому мы решили его показать. Вы нам тогда...
Да, мы в общем расскажем, что и как, да? Кому говорить?
Спокойно обыграть, да, то есть вы можете вообще весь этаж выкупить. Здесь у нас, допустим, во втором подъезде мы сейчас делаем мансардную квартиру, то есть 2 этажа соединили между собой и между ними сделали лестницу, да. То есть любой каприз за ваши деньги, скажем так. Ограничений нет.
This property's selling point is its spacious rooms. It has 3 rooms in addition to the living room and an area of 160 square meters. There is also a concierge, proudly said to make it as comfortable as living in a 5-star hotel.
Ложись, Армани. А что именно, может быть, понравилось? На что обратили внимание?
Ну, обратили внимание на лаконичность. Так уютно, да? Уютно. Уютно. Мило.
Чуть-чуть попросторнее,
Да,
в
ну,
идеале.
В принципе, для квартиры для 2-3 людей, да.
Если полностью напичкать...
Even the finest residential property doesn't impress Igel. But Daniel doesn't seem worried by that.
Поэтому, в принципе, здесь продажи очень хорошо идут. Ну, представьте, при цене $5500 за квадратный метр за черновую отделку. Квартиру в этом доме уже проданы, во втором доме тоже практически продажи идут очень хорошо.
Цена, да.
Дорого.
Ну, нормально. Если учитывать, что сервис работает.
In Kazakhstan, an average worker's annual wages are about $6,000. Yet properties costing over $1 million are selling briskly.
Здесь, скажем так, люди, которые покупают, это чиновники, нефтяники, ну, работники крупных там нефтяных компаний, собственники и так далее. И крупные бизнесмены казахстанские.
The wealthy of Kazakhstan are demanding the newest, the most dazzling things. Astana, the boomtown, is stirring up their appetite for extravagance. Darhanbek was working until 5 p.m. this Sunday, but he is still meeting up with some co-workers. These few hours are the only leisure time Darhanbek has in his week. He decides to go downtown to have some fun. This is the Khan Shatir building, which contains a shopping mall among other things. 3 years ago, Darhanbek worked on construction of Khan Shatir, but this is only the second time he's been there since it opened. It's packed with stores, but Darhanbek keeps his money in his pocket. He and his friends head to an ice cream store. It's over $3 for an ice cream scoop. At that price, they need to work 2 hours to pay for it. The people who build the buildings and those who use the buildings are two very different social groups. That's life in today's Astana. In the shadow of Khan Shatir stand houses left over from Soviet times. This is where workers like Darhanbek and other poor people live. One side effect of Astana's boom is the growing gap between rich and poor, which fuels smoldering resentments. In December 2011, on Kazakhstan's Independence Day, the largest riot since the country broke off from the Soviet Union took place in the western city of Janauzian. The events were sparked by unrest among workers at the state-owned oil company seeking higher wages. Over 100 dead and injured were reported. Since the oil company is the font of Kazakhstan's wealth, this incident made waves. Despite the contradictions that enmesh Kazakhstan, its new capital Astana continues to grow. The city is slated to be fully built out in 2030. This model shows how Astana is planned to look then. Although huge sums have already been invested in its development, only 30% of the city has been built. In 2017, Astana plans to host a World Expo, requiring more expenditure on top of what it will take to build the other 70% of the city. On the outskirts of Astana still stretch vast grasslands. This will eventually become part of the city. Daniel, the real estate broker, is betting his future on making it big here.
Вот она наша земля, казахская степь, бескрайняя.
Until now, he has been a middleman in real estate deals, but he has decided to build his own housing development. Last year, he bought 30 hectares of this land. He plans to build new luxury homes here in just 1 year. Noticing the lack of first-rate single-family homes in Astana, he has decided to import large numbers of prefabricated homes from Germany. They are state-of-the-art and can be erected quickly. The development will cost $130 million.
Да, пока здесь ничего нет, но вот запомните этот день. И через год давайте встретимся здесь в октябре и сравним две картинки. Тогда вы увидите, ну в смысле, когда мы сравним эти две картинки, вы увидите, как быстро в Астане все меняется.
Can Astana make Daniel's dream come true? In a year from now, we will know. Today, 2 new workers have signed on at Darhanbek's construction site. These 2 just came to Astana from Darhanbek's hometown of Shymkent. They say they want to do high-rise work to earn good money.
Жоғарыдан қорқпайсыңдар. Шыға бересіңдер. Леса қылбасың, лесам. Керамгранит істеген ғой? Сен? Неше этажға дейін шыға аласың?
The new guys are fearless. Knowing just how hard the work can be, Darhanbek told them what he's experienced.
Инструктор, да? Осы жерде істеп жатқан балалармен шақырып келдік. Иә, енді шамалы істегеніңе қарап аласың да.
Астана әдемі қала ғой. Енді жаңа қала, енді бой түзеп көтеріліп келіп жатыр. Негіз Астанада қалсам ба деймін.
4 years after coming to Astana with positive and negative experiences under his belt, Darhanbek has mixed feelings.
Шымкенттің тұрғым келеді. Шыны керек. Мүмкіншілік болса, көреміз ғой. Алдында не білетін бір Алла біледі ғой.
Astana, a capital created at the whim of a president. As the city swells, the hopes and fears of thousands and thousands ride on its destiny.